All in favor, all opposed, adopted, it's 5-0. Public hearing, request of Louis and Gloria Siro. How do you say your last name?
Searway.
Sirway. Sirois.
Searway.
Sirway. For variance, 10-foot setback, reduced to 7 feet. Property is located at 7 Maddox Avenue, map and lot, blah, blah, blah. For the record, we have your application. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bunch of pictures. It shows, basically you want to put a Gentran in, right?
Yeah.
And it will be 3 feet too close to the neighbor or the property line, right?
Within 7 feet of the property line.
And I noticed they have one right across the,
They do.
and you good friends with your neighbors?
We have a letter in the application from
I
the
saw
neighbor.
that.
No, she has no objection.
Okay. Any other neighbors care, any comments?
I have no other comment.
No other comments? Does the city, besides the rules, have any disagreement with his request?
Does the generator, it's your neighbors, does that meet the 10-foot setback?
Yes, it does. The neighbors did, yes.
Okay. Any questions from the board? Steve, you usually lead us in questioning. Any questions?
Well, I'm looking at the pictures, Lou, it looks like there's a lot of opportunity to put the generator out behind your house.
Could you remove it and put it somewhere?
What the electricians are telling me is that it should be as close to the entrance, power meter entrance, as possible. They've scoped out the project. I've had 2 electricians come by the house. They've scoped out everything all the way around the house, and they've told me that that would be the best location on the side of the garage.
Well,
The further away you are from the meter requires additional wiring. The
Yeah.
wiring,
yeah,
I think the wiring is $8.50 a foot. So, plus the labor to go through, where you go through the house, do you go around the perimeter of the house? I've got a deck back there. The
It looks-
opposite side of the house, I've got a bedroom window and a cellar window. They don't want them near windows
I
because
don't
of
know, my
possible
generator at
exhaust.
home is within 3 feet of a window, makes each window.
You have a Gentran?
Yeah.
Gen rack.
Gen rack, is that what you call it?
Gen rack, yeah.
Gen rack, Gentran's the equipment you put in the house, right?
I guess so.
I
My,
just,
my generator's in the garage, comes out on, on a pull chain basis, right?
That's because you don't lose power that much.
No, actually, surprisingly, right beside the hospital and,
You don't lose it.
Yeah, you don't lose.
no,
power.
the line going to the hospital, Main Street and then Union Street, they
Yeah.
never outright. Next street over, they could kill
Good
us.
street.
They could kill it.
So I was thinking, the fire department would probably like to see it from the road if there was a fire. Is that true or not? I don't know.
No.
For emergencies or no?
You're basically asking for a 3-foot leeway, right?
Yes.
Look, you know my,
I don't see it.
I'm gonna make a motion that the city, that the appellant has met all the criteria, which are impossible to meet.
how can you justify that? He
Because-
hasn't met any of the criteria, Jeff.
Because here we are, government, and we're being asked to vary in 3 feet. Nobody in the neighborhood gives a darn.
Well, that's not a requirement of the ordinance, it's got
But-
nothing to do.
I get that. However,
If you get it, how can you say he's met
because
all the
nobody would ever
requirements?
get a variance. And this is not one of those variance requests that are outrageous, where we're putting it 6 feet and blocking the neighbor like up on Green Lake. It's a routine, everyday, government-approved variance for a reasonable request. And that's what we're supposed to do.
Well, I think we're supposed to follow the standards of the ordinance and.
Well, you can vote as we want, but I'm saying he's met his
Well, I'm just
criteria.
asking you how you can justify bending the rules to the.
Because nobody's here to oppose it. for
That
one.
doesn't matter.
Well, it does
It
to me.
makes absolutely no difference legally.
Well, put it this way, nobody would ever get a variance based upon the language of the statute. Nobody. There wouldn't be one granted. And we're supposed to be liberal in interpreting the statutes and the.
Why does it say that?
That's the law.
The law says you're supposed to be
We're supposed to be
liberal.
reasonable and liberal. Are we not?
Yes.
I'm saying he's met his criteria, and I vote we approve this. Do I have a second? All in favor? Any abstentions?
No,
Any vote?
object.
Object, so 4-1. Noted. But this is the way we've done this in the city council for 30-plus, not city
Oh,
council.
no.
Well, number
No,
three,
no,
I think it
no,
doesn't
Jeff.
alter the neighborhood, because the neighbor has one right there,
Oh,
so.
that doesn't matter, Matt, the neighbors is within the limits of it's within the 10-foot variance. And I'm just scaling this out, the distance between the meter, if you go in the back of the house, is maybe 4 feet more.
Yeah, the only place I thought that he could put it, his steps come out on the back right, his steps come out towards the neighbor, I'm guessing, right?
Yes.
You would have to change those steps to face to the back of your yard. I don't know, I didn't look at your backyard, but you can move those steps and put your Generacs, and it would still come through the garage. I don't know if that would give you the 10 feet, but that would probably be your best option if this board voted no for the variance. Would-
The board's already voted yes.
Yeah, but that would be your alternative if you wanted to be within that 10 foot. I think you would have to put it in that back right, move those steps, and then you'd probably have your 10 feet.
Yeah, you could put it right in front of the deck, and you'd only be adding about the width of the deck and wire, that's no big deal.
You got noise issues too. If you're putting it on the other side of the house, on the deck side, you're gonna hear more noise in the house.
Well, it's a garage right there.
Yeah, but if he puts it on the other side of the garage,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but there again, that's got nothing to do with the ordinance.
I know.
I mean, we're here.
Why does the ordinance
supposed-
say 10 feet instead of 5?
'cause
It
says
probably
what it
will
says.
change in the future when they let ADUs, but that's not us to decide.
Look, this board has granted everyone except 2 since I've been on it. We've all had the same criteria, we've asked, anybody object, does the
Has-
city plan?
Has anyone come to your office for the same type of variance for a generator and has not gone to approve to the board and has just moved? Has that happened? Because I would hate to have someone come to the city and say, oh, well, how come you just approved
Well,
it?
that's gonna come. that's
It's
what's
above
gonna
my
happen.
authority to approve something.
If it happens, we deal with
Within
it.
the setback, so
Right.
no. they have
No,
not.
but I'm saying, like, if someone was not approved for the permit
Uh-huh,
and then didn't come to the Board of Appeals, but then you notice that they put the generator maybe in the front or somewhere else that you would,
Oh, I see.
maybe would have cost a little bit more.
yeah,
Like,
not that I'm not aware of.
Nothing that you're
Yeah,
aware of yet.
yeah.
Well, I stand by my earlier motion. I understand Steve's concerns. He's raised it every time we've had one of these.
Well, I think, Jeff, we're here to follow the law and not our emotions.
Well, I still think that he's met his criteria, and I'm ready to grant this. And I have 4 votes and 1 not, so it
There you
passes.
go.
I would indicate there's gonna be a record made. And I would come in, see Lori, ask for a copy of that, take it over to the Registry of Deeds and
Okay.
record that.
Okay.
And that codifies it forever and ever and ever. If you don't put it in the Registry of Deeds, nobody will find it here. It's a record, but the Registry of Deeds, it affects property. Technically, I've been doing this 30-some years, and every time we've come here and we have 2 feet, 10 feet, whatever, we always ask, does the city approve it if it could? Yes. And they can't because it's an ordinance. Ordinances are meant to be interpreted, swayed, pushed, bent, and otherwise to make people, and typically when we have opposition, we have a little bit more time. But
You mean
these,
if somebody come in tonight and oppose this, you wouldn't be for it?
probably.
Boy, that's shocking, Jeff.
No, it's
And
not.
you're a lawyer?
Look, here's the problem. Nobody
lawyer?
can ever meet these criteria.
That may be, but get them changed.
Well, I can't. I'm not for somebody having 3 feet change on a man-made law, so he can put his generator in that his neighbor doesn't give a damn.
Retribution.
Well, the
neighbors
neighbor
get
that owns the house now doesn't give a damn. What about the neighbor that buys the house?
He's already had it
down the road?
passed, and that's
It's
part
under
of,
ordinances,
So-
so for the future as well as the present.
it's just the way it goes, 4-1.
It goes here, but
Any other business?
Sine die.
I say we go home. All in favor? All opposed? There you go.